Hello, everyone. This is Dave from Dave's Recent Things. All right, so here in Canada, so I live in Ontario, Canada. Just the other day, we got just over 20 centimeters of snow. Yes, more white stuff. We are in the beginning of March and we are still getting that white stuff. And today I wanted to add a little bit of color into our winter wonderland. Now, I don't know if you've seen these. These are the fairy garden miniatures from the Dollar Tree. I have a couple of them here. I have like a mushroom with a welcome sign. There's like a fresh apple sign with a little, I don't even know what that is, maybe a hedgehog holding an apple. I'm going to use these today and a whole bunch of other ones, actually. I had a huge shopping spree. I just went crazy and bought a whole bunch of these. And we're going to have a little fun. So we're going to add some color into this winter wonderland. And we're going to create little fairy gardens using some Value Village thrift finds as well. Stay tuned. Why don't I just get started and I'll show you how I put it all together. And here are all of those Dollar Tree fairy garden miniatures I was talking about. There's mushrooms, there's a little bench, some gnomes, some fairies. I mean, the list just went on, and I bought a whole bunch of stuff along with these really cute houses. And from Value Village, I bought 3 of these teacup and saucer sets. They're around $3 each, so I just picked up 3 of them, along with some reindeer moss, some stones, and we're going to work with these 3 vintage, I don't know if they are vintage or not or how old they are, but they're pretty teacup holders. And right now I'm just kind of trying to decide how to set everything up. So one of them on the left-hand side was already glued together, and the other 2 were separate. So I'm just kind of figuring out a layout here and adding the houses down, just kind of trying to figure out how I want to put everything together. And once I decide that, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to glue those 2 pieces together with some cement and with some hot glue, hold it down in place. It's all nice and secure. And now I can start assembling and adding those little fairy houses on there. If you've seen these, take a look at them. Or if you haven't seen them, take a look. They are so cute. I just love how surprised I was when I walked into the dollar store and I saw a whole display on these little miniatures. And what I'm going to do once all of my glue dries is I'm just going to take one little piece at a time, and I'm going to take some reindeer moss as well. And I'm just going to start crumbling it up into little pieces, adding some hot glue down there onto the saucer. And then I'm just going to start decorating. So I didn't really have a plan or anything set in stone how I'm going to do this. I just thought, you know what, let's run with this. Let's have some fun with it. And of course, I always love when I have fun crafting, and this was an amazing morning. I think I spent about 3.5 hours doing everything in total, but I just had the time of my life. Now I'm going to add some rocks down on here. And these are just the decorative rocks you find at the dollar stores. I'm going to do a little pathway to the front door of that house. You can see that here. Fill in the little sections with some glue, and then add some of that crumpled up moss over top of it. Push it down, take off the excess, and then you can kind of see I've created a little pathway onto our front door for our little fairy house. So far, so good. I'm having the time of my life. So let's open up some more of these packages. Here I'm adding a welcome sign, and I am just beaming ear to ear with this, I have to tell you. And the florals, I just actually went into my craft supply and I just picked up a whole bunch of florals, and I added on what I wanted to add on. And you can kind of see here right at the end, I added a little fairy there sitting reading her book. The florals, the little welcome sign, all that moss and those little rocks decorating this one little saucer. I just love how this came out. And here's the second one as well. I'm kind of doing the same thing. I'm starting off adding some rocks and some moss, and the house is glued down already. And I decided to use, there's a garden package as well. So there's some cabbage and carrots, and then there was a little garden sign. So I thought, let's do that. And then I'm going to add on some of the Dollar Tree lavender, a little gnome, and there's my second one all completed. and my little garden at the back for our little gnome to do some gardening. And of course, he's sitting out front with his little ukulele. And for the third one, I thought, you know what? I'm going to do a little something different. I wanted to create like a little outside of a house. So what I've done is I've just cut a circle that fits inside of the teacup, cut some strips of yellow construction paper, and now I'm just gluing it on to kind of mimic siding of a house. And I'm just overlapping them a little bit as I glue them down. Once I glue them down, I'm going to cut the excess off, and then I'm going to just, with the help of my X-Acto knife, I forgot the name of it, I'm going to place that in there nice and flat, and then I'm just going to glue that all the way around, making sure that that's not going to go anywhere. Once that's glued down, I'm just going to draw a shape of a little door, glue that down again, cut that out, and then I'm going to glue that down and cut it out for a third time as well, just giving me some thickness on that door. So here's my final glue down. So this is my third layer, and we have my door base ready. And I'm going to cut up some strips of brown construction paper, glue them on that door with a little bit of spacing just to mimic like wood planks. And once that's all glued down, I'm just going to cut around the outside and trim all that brown construction paper off. And then I'm going to glue that right onto the front. And that is our little doorway. Now looking at it, I thought, you know what? The yellow is too yellow. The brown is too brown. I wasn't happy with the coloring. It just didn't work for me. And it kind of looked a little bit childish, if I could say. I wanted it to be a little bit more elegant, maybe perhaps. So I just took some paints and then I just started wrapping some glue around the corners and inside there with some moss. And that actually totally changed my mind, because for a while there, I'm not going to lie, I was going to give up. I was like, nope, this is not working out for me. I don't like it. But you can see in a second when I show you, it actually did turn out really, really cute. And I was really happy with how that turned out as well. And again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add some moss on there. I'm going to create walkways, add some more of those miniatures on there, because I just love those miniatures, along with some more florals. And I'm going to be creating my third and final little fairy garden using those teacups and saucers. And look how this turned out with our little fairy right at the front. Oh, I just love this one. And I added another little miniature there at the front too, that little yellow flower, and you can see all the way around. It's just so much fun, so colorful. What do you guys think of these little teacup and saucer sets, eh? Now, if you don't have the teacups and saucers, a great idea is to take some of the packaging. So this is a great way to reuse and recycle that packaging. Glue 3 of them together like I am here with the hot glue. And then that's going to create a little base for you. So if you don't have the teacups and saucers, just use some cardboard. You can glue down any of those little miniatures, add a walkway, or you can see here, I added a house. I added a little pump, a water pump with some florals, a mushroom, and a little beehive as well, creating another little fairy garden using just the cardboard packaging. So cute. And here it is all put together. I put it all down on an old wooden cutting board. I added some more of those miniatures, but here are my 3 cups and saucers fairy gardens with a little gnome on a surfboard there. I just added rocks all the way around. There's the house on the cardboard. There's another one I did with the fairy in a very tranquil, very zen position with that little bench. And of course, our first little saucer fairy garden we created today with a little welcome sign. And there's our little dude right at the top there playing his ukulele with his welcome little bush at the front. And of course, right there at the back, a little entrance into our fairy garden. So that is all for today. I hope you guys had a lot of fun watching me create this little fairy garden. I know I had the time of my life doing it, and I actually think I might dive into a little bit more of that miniature world because I had so much fun. Thank you so much for watching today. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you did as well. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a new project. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye for now.